of explaining government policies to the public. Though vital to the country's socio-economic development, it appears the building put up during the Nkrumah regime is yet to see any major renovation. These defects are evidence of the neglect. Both the print and photo libraries here are well documented with information from 1948. However, it is clear these documents, which date back in the 1940s, are not kept under the best conditions.
For so many years now, we don't have air conditioning here. So the negative are spoiling. I'll even show you one. It's going very, very, very bad. And if we lose this thing, we lose a very good history thing. So now what we need is either they can dictate here or they can give us air conditioning for now so that it can prevent the negative not to spoil.
The photo and print department, for instance, has not been functioning for years now due to the breakdown of machines, some of which were procured in 1970. Due to this, publishing of state documents are outsourced, making workers here redundant.
We need to rescue our heritage material. The Environmental Protection Agency apparently has gone and locked up the cinema section because of the stench that comes from rotten foam, real, as they called it in those days. And we don't want that to happen to the negatives that we have at the photo section. It is one of the priority projects which we must do and do immediately.
Renovation of the entire building is estimated at 4 million cedis.
Basically borrowing money from some of the institutions affiliated with the ministry, like the Information Services Department, publishing company. They've given us some loans, if you want, to try and make the place a bit more comfortable whilst we wait for the approval of the ministry's budget. Thankfully, the ministry's budget was approved yesterday in Parliament, and I'm sure as soon as the appropriation bill is passed, hopefully before the close of the week, there will be money available for us to then get a full-scale assessment of the extent of the rot, and therefore for the ministry to go through the proper processes for getting a contractor or whoever to come and rehabilitate the place and make it more habitable.
A very revealing report there by Kwabena Adujempi. But away from that, let's move on to Parliament, where the report of the 5-member ad hoc committee set up to investigate the bribery allegation against the chairman and some members of the appointments committee has been deferred to tomorrow, Thursday, March 30. The majority leader, Osei Mensah Bonsu, is certain the motion will be moved on Thursday, but is not sure if it will be adopted on the same day.
Almost every member of society is interested in knowing the outcome of the 5-member committee that was set up by the Speaker of Parliament to investigate the bribery allegation that was leveled against the chair and some members of the Appointments Committee. Well, this morning, the chairman of the committee, Honorable Joe Gatti, has laid the paper, and we were expecting that the motion will be taken for members to debate and the report adopted. But the Speaker has deferred the matter to tomorrow. The majority leader was hopeful members would have ample time to peruse the report to enable them contribute meaningfully to the debate on Thursday.
It's quite a voluminous document, about 50-page document. And given the circumstances surrounding this whole imbroglio, you would expect every member to have a copy. I have not cited one myself.
Can we be assured that tomorrow the motion will be moved?
I can give assurance on that. The motion certainly will be moved tomorrow. As to whether we conclude it, it will depend on all of us in plenary. I want to believe that we'll be able to do it and put it behind us.
He explained the delay in presenting the report was because members, including those involved in the allegation, were occupied with other parliamentary duties.
Other matters also came in, unanticipated matters, when some of the people who were being interviewed suggested to the committee that they should assess some evidence on CCTV cameras in the house. So the committee applied to the leadership, and we granted them additional space to further interrogate matters.
Meanwhile, the House is not likely to rise on Thursday as scheduled.
We have quite a lot before us, so we want to see if maybe we're able to complete everything by next week. The budget estimates we haven't finished. Certainly do the Appropriations Act on Friday. There are those statutory funds that we need to confront, in particular against the background of this new law. We have to let it affect the apportionments to the statutory funds.
Okay, so the level of currency that this particular allegation against some members of the Appointments Committee gained clearly gives us an indication of the eagerness and the impatience that members of the general public, indeed Ghanaians, are waiting to hear the details of this particular reports presented by the 5-member committee headed by the Honorable Joe Gatti. I'll just walk you through how this case has traveled up until now. On the 27th of January 2017, the Honorable Mama Yariga, the Member of Parliament for the Boko Central constituency, went on radio, made that allegation against some members of the Appointments Committee, including the chairman of the committee, the Honorable Joe Sewoso. Now, these are the key actors in this whole bribery allegation against some members of the Appointments Committee of Parliament. Boakye Jaku, who was the then Minister of Energy designate, who had appeared before that particular committee, Montaka Mubarak, the Minority Chief Whip, Mama Yariga, and then the Chairman of the Appointments Committee, Joe Ose Owusu. Now, beyond that, after that allegation was made, and a lot of commentary on radio, and the threat by the Honorable Joe Ose Owusu to go to the court of law to seek justice, then the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Aaron Michael Quay, set up a 5-member committee chaired by the Honorable Joe Gatti to look into this. There was a lot of criticism about that, the Parliament cannot investigate itself. Eventually, they sat and heard all the principal actors in this whole allegation. Today, Wednesday, March 29, a report this committee, even though the 30-day period given to them had elapsed because of some issues which the majority leader explained. They will have to go look into it and also make that report very much known and debated on the floor of Parliament. So that is the situation with this particular case.
Like you're saying, 50-page reports there. I'm sure many were hoping that it would be discussed today. Absolutely. But the volume of the reports just means that they have to go through it and discuss it tomorrow. So we'll see what comes out of the discussion tomorrow. Now, the Deputy Minister Designate for Justice and Attorney General, Joseph Dindiok Pimka, has suggested a complete ban on illegal mining activities as the way to go in dealing with the menace. This, in his view, will give room for restructuring to ensure that entities go through stiffer procedures to acquire licenses. He made the observation when he appeared before the Appointments Committee of Parliament.
The nominee, who is also the MP for the Timpani constituency in the Upper East region, was the second to be vetted for the deputy ministerial position. A member of the committee, Joseph Yilechere, sought his views on the disturbing issue of illegal mining activities, its impact on the environment and the way forward.
Looking at the gravity of and the enormity of the issue at stake, some banned, complete banned at least, so that we restructure the system in such a way that when we eventually begin to give licenses again, then we'll ensure that the right things are done. Because we can continue to talk about the fact that it is the livelihood of people. But it is only because we are living that we are mining. If we die, we shall not be mining.
The nominee also answered questions on judgment deaths, constitutional reviews, enhancing freedom of speech and justice delivery. Another nominee for the Deputy Minister for Justice and Attorney General, Godfred Yeboadame, appearing earlier before the committee, threw more light on the need for a special prosecutor and how the country can ensure balance and fairness in that office.
We know that, yes, under the common law and indeed under the statutes of Ghana, the Attorney General rules the power of knowledge prosecutor and what have you. That is a very powerful tool that the Attorney General wrote to discontinue criminal proceedings against a person that he or she does not want to prosecute. So that power itself can also be delegated so that the special prosecutor will become seized of all the powers of the conduct of criminal prosecution. So the special prosecutor is appointed by the President under an Act of Parliament, but has full control over the conduct of criminal proceedings in respect of offences that he or she may prosecute. And I think that clearly will make it not amenable to the difficulties and challenges that the honourable member is contemplating.
Also appearing before the committee was the Deputy Minister Designate for Energy, William Urakuedu, who answered questions on rural electrification via Mary Gill and the Sankofa Gas project. Deputy Minister Designate for Roads and Highways, Kwabena Owusu-Aduomi, also appeared before the committee.
Away from Parliament, a Labour expert said Ablosu has tasked the new board of Cocoa Board to review the salary and entitlements of top management to reflect the contribution of the cocoa farmer. There is a public outrage at the moment over the salary of the former chief executive of the Cocoa Board, which the current board says will be reviewed.
Huge indebtedness, and I mean huge indebtedness of the sector of the Cocoa Board.
Former chief executive of Cocoa Board has come on the far as Ioko is delving into his stewardship, the plight of the cocoa farmer in the wake of all this.
We play a key role towards the development of Ghana, but we are neglected. At my age, I haven't even completed my house.
As a new board and management takes over the affairs of Cocoa Board, Labour experts have one agenda they must pursue.
In the particular matter of the Cocoa Board, I will expect that the board of directors will look at this and ensure that there is the appropriate relativities that make earnings fair in the industry. And when I say in the industry, it goes beyond Cocoa Board. It's important to look also at what farmers get. For instance, are we employed in the board taking more than is necessary? Is the cocoa farmer getting a fair share of his labor?
Argument over salary disparities among various top management members of state enterprises, the Labour expert argues, is a non-starter since they have their own targets and structures for remuneration.
The factors that have gone into it include the earning of the organization. But it's important to recognize that as a state institution, it has obligations operating along commercial lines to pay dividend to government. The question then arises, to what extent has Cocoa Board been fulfilling this obligation to the states?
The discussions on this disparity in salaries and the concerns that have emerged from the Ghana Cocoa Board will continue. Various angles would be sought to this, and just like Hackman Oswajiman has indicated that they are going to look into it, they would slash it down, they would do a review and then come up with a reasonable or fair amount to be paid to the chief executive. We'll look to see how this will pan out in the coming days. Komla Kluche, TV3 News, Accra.
Now, staff of Pantang Hospital have given encroachers a 2-week ultimatum to halt any illegal activities on the hospital land. The workers expressed disappointment at government's institutions, saying they have shown no interest in the matter.
An Accra High Court presided over by Justice Elizabeth Ankuma in 2015 ruled in favor of a private developer over portions of the hospital's land.
We are giving the state institutions responsible for protecting this land 2 weeks, after which we'll pour ourselves on the streets just to get what we want.
The workers claim the land near the hospital's morgue, which has been earmarked for the construction of a student hostel, has also been taken over by other private developers, adding that the land earmarked for the regional medical stores and Ministry of Health Conference Hall have all been sold.
We are not contesting the judgment of the court, but all that we are saying is that the government should find ways and means to claim it back for the hospital, just to end this menace that is going on.
Construction works were ongoing on land earmarked for the hospital's project.
You're watching News 360. Still to come in the bulletin, the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, says it will not allow the next batch of promotion interviewers if results of an earlier one in October last year are not released.
And on the foreign front, more than 150 migrants fear dead after the Decay in which they were traveling sank in the Mediterranean off the coast of Libya. Details of this and more after this here on
Dreams can come true with Airtel. Recharge with 2 Ghana cedis and more and get instant prizes guaranteed. Keep scratching to win mobile devices daily. 10,000 cedis weekly, 25,000 cedis monthly, and the grand prize of 150,000 cedis. Airtel, the smartphone network.
A baby is the best gift from God to mom. Soft care is the best gift from mom to baby. The soft cotton material gives the child maximum comfort. Enjoy free time. Enjoy happy time. Enjoy soft care time. Soft care, baby diaper. More care, more love. Soft care baby diaper. Best gift for baby.
Mazda Ghana, genuine cars for outstanding people.
Eni ebunebunu ni na ye natural. Hey, kwejo papa.
Nuko. Alomo die, ye dumbuna edimu na ye. Senya alomo bitesa, masa, forget it.
Casapreco Alomo Bitters, authentically African.
Sa pepe.
Is brought.
As News 360, time for business. My name is Nanikia Mensah Brampa. Starting with tonight, the mining sector is expected to receive a major boost following plans by Goldfields Ghana to invest some $1.4 billion into its operations at the Damang mines in the western region after presenting $5.8 million as dividend to the Ministry of Finance for 2016. Goldfields says its recent mine will help protect 2,000 jobs in the mining sector.
Goldfields Ghana laid off some 500 workers in 2015 as part of efforts to restructure its Takwa and Damang mines due to production challenges and the decline in the price of gold. After 2 years, the company says it would increase investments in the Damang mine in the next 8 years after a feasibility study. The Damang mine is one of the largest gold mines in the country.
We have invested to the tune of $2.5 billion over the period that we've operated in Ghana. And the good news for Ghana and for us is that Damang, we came to a point that we were very, very close to, in fact, shutting it. but we did some feasibility studies, and the board approved 1.4 billion that we are going to reinvest at Daman.
The Minister for Finance, Ken Oforiatta, said government is ready to support the sector to maximize its potential.
For the past 6 years, Goldfield has paid over $32 million from its operations at both Takwa and Daman gold mines. This year we have programmed about 60 million cedis or so as dividends from state-owned enterprises. So this payment is very material to our goal of revenue raising. And as you all know, that's going to be a very important factor in the success of the budget that we've submitted to Parliament.
The Finance Ministry has also signed a $200 million loan from the Economic Development Corporation Fund of the Government of the Republic of Korea.
Now, commercial banks have been tasked to ensure that 200 basis points reduction on policy rate reflects on lending rates. The 23.5% policy rate has come as a welcome news to ease the pressures of doing business in the Ghanaian economy.
The policy rate was last reduced by 50 basis points to reflect 25.5% after it was maintained for almost a year at 26%, with inflation dropping consistently from 15.8% in October last year to 13.2% as at February this year, and the cedi's appreciation made the move by the central bank anticipated.
If the commercial banks are experiencing a dip in the rate, then it will trickle down to the final consumer or businesses. What this also means is that the businesses will be able to access cheaper loans. And we all know that most businesses today rely on loans to expand their businesses.
Inflation figures are further projected to continue its downward trend after petroleum prices fell marginally. Dean of the School of Graduate Studies at the University of Professional Studies, Dr. Kweku Mensah, says despite the reduced rate, the business community should not expect too much from the commercial banks.
Ghanaians will be expecting that today if I go to the bank, the interest I'll be paying on my loan, on credit, will reduce. But please, in view of this reduction, let's not expect a drastic reduction in interest rate. Let's not forget that the banks, they have high cost of credit in the past, so they have a loan stock which were contracted at a very higher rate. So it will take some time for this reduction to reflect in the various sectors of the economy.
The reduction in the policy rate comes after several calls from industry players and some economists considering inflationary trends and the high cost of doing business in the country. With inflationary figures expected to drop further, some economists still anticipate a drop in the policy rate in coming months. This, they say, will create a conducive environment for doing business in the country.
Well, it looks like businesses would have to give the commercial banks some breathing space. But two main factors responsible for the policy rate reduction has to do with inflation now at 13.2% and the fact that the Ghana cedi has appreciated against its major trading currencies. Let's look at the year-to-date depreciation of the Ghana cedi just for the month of March. From March 8th, we saw 8.8% in depreciation down to March 23, 5%. And we see the figures reducing down from March 23 to March 29. We are seeing some 3.15%. That is the current depreciation rate for the Ghana cedi to the other major trading currencies. That is the year-to-date depreciation. And these figures would clearly tell you that the cedi is quite appreciative or doing well comparing it to its major trading currencies, the euro, the dollar, as well as the pound. If there's enough time later, I'll be taking you back to look at how the trading is like today that is the cedi to its major trading currencies. But let's move on and look at some more issues. And Old Mutual Life Assurance Company, Ghana, has revised its Old Mutual Pensions Trust. The new scheme offers value-added services with tailored and competitive benefits for clients.
Old Mutual began operations in Ghana in 2013, providing life insurance, trust pensions administration, and corporate solutions to its clients. It stands as a master provider of pension management and administrative services to third-party defined contributions. The renewed Old Mutual Pension Trust seeks to meet the peculiar needs of workers in the informal sector of the economy.
Our economy largely is based on the informal sector. We have about 60 to 70% of our folks in the informal sector. So we want to engage the groups, the associations, and then try to bring them into our scheme. And then from there also, we also try to give them financial education.
It also offers corporate retirement planning advisory services, as well as ensures prompt processing of payments and transfer requests.
In the Tier 2 space, we have the Provident Pension Plan Scheme, which is a master trust scheme at Tier 2. We do have the Provident Fund, which is a master trust scheme in Tier 3. We have our individual pensions products, and then we have the standalone products as well.
The Old Mutual Pension Trust, which stands as one of the biggest and most respected insurers globally, operates under the Pension Supervisory Framework, which is aimed at protecting members' interest and safeguarding the stability of the pension system.
On to banking now. Societe Generale Ghana is in partnership with CFAO as part of its strategy to become the preferred banking institution in the country. Deputy Managing Director of Societe Generale Ghana, Francois Michel, promised customers of quality and innovative products to transform the lives of Ghanaians.
For over 150 years, Societe Generale has played a vital role in the global economy. The bank serves over 31 million clients in 66 countries. As part of the bank's loyalty to its customers, it launched a mobile banking that allows customers access full services in their homes using the mobile banking van. Societe Generale is also in partnership with CFAO to enable customers access simple financing solutions that are suitable for different kinds of clients.
The bank embarked on an in-depth transformation program in 2015 to enhance its operations and achieve growth with the ultimate aim of improving our quality of service and enhancing the customer experience. This new partnership with CFAO is another indication of our steady strides to become your preferred banking institution.
Managing Director of CFAO, Michel Olivier Louis, said the company will continue to build a stronger relationship and offer answers to power supply.
As a group that puts premium on performance and value, CFAO believes the GCV generator are the best option for supplying and securing power in Ghana. We now have a significant fleet of GCV genset in operation in Ghana from 20 to 500 kVA.
He further explained that the aim of CFAO is not only to sell its products, but to help solve problems in relation to power supply in the country.
And the Minister for Business Development, Mr. Ibrahim Mohamed Awal, says Ghana's business environment will shift emphasis from taxation to production. He urged private enterprises to take advantage of the initiative to expand the sector to also create jobs.
Employing over 100 workers annually, the company is targeted at creating more jobs by establishing branches in more districts in addition to the 36 existing ones. The 6-member delegation from Melcom was at the ministry to encourage partnership. The group's general manager, Francis Sam, says the company will continue to promote made-in-Ghana products with the help of the new plan of exhibiting certified made-in-Ghana goods annually.
This initiative came about 5 years ago, and it's an ongoing event every year, and it's come to stay. The ministry also has a plan to expand and create employment within those districts. We are having the maiden meeting, and we'll follow up in terms of the ways that we can achieve the same goal within the shortest possible time.
Many countries such as the United States of America, Singapore, Korea and Malaysia have developed through entrepreneurial education and private sector businesses. The Minister for Business Development, Ibrahim Mohamed Awal, stated that entrepreneurial education will be introduced in schools for students to help improve productivity of the small-scale and medium enterprises. He added that the government is willing to help growing businesses with seed capital.
We want to do what we call talent hunting in schools, so that we support to develop entrepreneurial skills. By the time they finish schools, by the time universities, they're already imbued with certain entrepreneurial skills, so that they come out and they can have their own businesses. They come out and give us business plans, to support the business plans into programs, and then we'll set them as business. They give them some seed capital to start their own business across the country. This will make them entrepreneurial.
Well, that'll do for business tonight. My name is Nanikia Mensah-Pampa. Let's go back to Natalie and Alfred. I'm sure you can see the figures here from 4 cedi 80 to 433.
You are something to be hopeful
hurry up
about.
And bring that car down. We are waiting.
Yeah, the car is coming.
Okay, I'll see you guys later.
I don't do second-hand vehicles. I've told you. But let's go on to some other stories. The Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, says it will not allow for the next batch of interviews if the Ghana Education Service does not release the previous promotion results. The Ghana Education Service conducted promotion interviews for 20,000 district directors across the country in October last year.
The team, which conducted the promotion interviews earlier, told the Director General that the breakdown of those who qualified had been completed. It's 5 months after the interviews and the results are yet to be released. This, the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, has described as unfair and unfortunate. Again, NAT indicated that it has information that the GES has advertised for another round of promotion interviews for different sets of directors. Ahina Kwakwashi is the head of condition of service for NAT.
We are not going to allow them to say that because they have delayed the result, they are going to, make the effective date of the interviews, let's say February or March or April. We have a collective agreement with them, and our collective agreement says that our promotion takes effect from September each year. So the more delay they delay, the more they are going to have arrests to be paid.
NAT has therefore called on the Minister of Education to direct Director General of GES to release the results immediately.
The promotion results should not go beyond Easter. We will not agree, because the more they delay, the more it affects the 2016 promotion interviews that they are going to conduct again. Even though they have advertised, people have applied, it is in limbo.
The police in Bacho have arrested an all-female Nigerian trafficking in human syndicate. The suspects are believed to be engaged in trafficking girls from Nigeria into forced prostitution in Ghana.
33-year-old self-acclaimed actress Ifeimba and Amanda Chioma Eze, aka Faith Eze, 23, were arrested at a hotel at Bacho upon a tip-off. 6 victims aged between 20 and 26 were rescued in the same hotel. The suspects and victims admitted being Nigerians. According to the victims, the traffickers told them they were being taken to Germany and Saudi Arabia to work and took 555,000 naira or $2,000 from each of them. 4 of the victims confessed having engaged in prostitution, making an average of 2,000 naira a night at nightclubs and by the roadsides. The remaining 2 victims reportedly protested being forced into commercial sex, attracting attention from neighbors who called the police. The victims, after their rescue, led the police to arrest Ifeimba and Amanda Chioma Eze, aka Faith Eze, but one Slim Angel, who is believed to be the ringleader, escaped.
The police is therefore appealing to hoteliers to identify and report such characters for them to be dealt with. We will continue to work with all stakeholders to reduce human trafficking in the country.
Both victims and the suspects are to be handed over to the anti-human trafficking unit of the police CID for further investigations and action.
And we're still live on News 360, viewed across the world on GhanaWeb.com. We're also live on 3news.com and on Facebook on News on TV3. We'll be back shortly with some more stories. Stay with us.
More and more people are using MTN mobile money in their everyday lives. Hear that? She just paid her kids' school fees. And this guy just paid for his shoes. No. You just send money to the old lady again, eh? Very necessary. Money in your pocket.
Keep up with the times. Got a payment to make? Just Momo it. It's that simple, secure, and convenient.
Welcome to the sound of better money. MTN, everywhere you go.
I am going to be your investment advisor for today.
This is how the money goes and doesn't come back if you just keep spending. If you're not careful, you'll be eating your fufu without soup. So you need Heritage Fund, a long-term investment for your long-term projects, child's education and retirement. Invest in First Fund to provide the best returns and ready cash in times of need. We can help you raise money for your business or even own part of a company.
Don't do this to your money. Top up your investments regularly at our partner banks using post-dated check or cash payment at our offices.
So, do you have any questions?
Investments advice made simple. Even children understand.
Shall we try something different? It's Jameson Irish whiskey, triple distilled and twice as smooth.
Names? I'm Divine. She never looks back, but not on those days. I'm Vanessa. She likes to move it, but not on those days.
Today, no more worries with Always Ultra. It gives you 3 times better dryness for up to 8 hours of protection. No stain, no check.
I'm in a no check mode, I'm on Van How, always. I'm unstoppable. Stay happy, always.
Now starting at 4 Ghana Cedi, 50 pesos.
Hello, good evening. Your sporting stories in the next 5 or so minutes. My name is Michael Utieje. Let's get into the details then. And the Ghana Football Association will begin interviewing candidates for the vacant Black Stars coaching job this week. Now, former Black Stars coach Kwesi Appiah and former French international Willy Sagnol are on a 3-month shortlist alongside Cameroon coach Hugo Bruce. Bruce is unlikely, however, to attend the interview, but sources within the GFA say the process will go ahead with the two. The GFA says it will have a coach in place by the end of next month and says they are looking for a coach who will fit the following criteria. Now, Ghana's search for a new coach in terms of the criteria will be based purely on the following criteria. The GFA says they're looking for somebody with good interpersonal skills, good knowledge of the African game, a proven track record, and good communication skills. Whoever will get the job will be required to take the Black Stars through 2 friendly games in the month of June, as well as a 2019 Nations Cup qualifier in that month. And a man who is on that shortlist is Hugo Bruce, and he may have given Ghana a bit of hope after he said that he may quit Cameroon over management and funding problems in the Indomitable Lion. Now, Bruce says he's seriously considering whether to continue or not because of poor working conditions, while Cameroon football officials, quote, sit in their chairs doing nothing. The Belgians' comment will be music to the ears of officials of the Ghana Football Association who have put Bruce on a 3-month shortlist for the vacant Black Stars job. Cameroon's Football Federation said on its Twitter page that it would launch an inquiry into what led to the comments from Bruce. They have said they will do everything possible to retain the Belgian who led them to the Nations Cup title. So Bruce's problems there on the TV, that the players didn't have lunch before the Guinea game, so looks like a bit of problem for the Cameroon FA to get through. And on to a story with huge implications for the future of football, because the world got a glimpse of football's possible future when a video referee intervened to correct 2 offside decisions in the second half of an international friendly between France and Spain. The friendly was used to further trial the use of video technology. Yao Fosulabi explains how the technology will work and whether it will solve some of the most intense debates around the football game.
Twice the game stopped. Referee Felix Zoya received a message in his earpiece from the video official sat in a television van outside the stadium and made calls on them. The France-Spain friendly provided yet another landmark in the infusion of technology in football. The technology is used to correct wrongly allowed or disallowed goals, straight red card offences and penalty calls. If there are doubts about a decision, the video referee sat in a TV van relays a message to the referee and conveys the decision based on the video. So just how helpful will this be for refereeing and football generally? David Lai is a Ghanaian international referee.
It is good for football now. You see, most incidents happen in the penalty area and it becomes worry to the spectators especially and the teams. So now they want to, clear that doubt on the teams so that even the supporters knows that once this communication gadget is there, any decision is right, so that it will clamp down on these fans, attacking referees on either verbally or physically. My wish is it comes to Africa and particularly Ghana to help develop the game.
There are those worried that technology will unduly slow down games and make it a stop-start affair. With the stakes increasingly high and referee mistakes common these days, those in favor of technology say it would only make the sport better.
And later we will just find out whether this technology will work on a continent known for doomsday and a few major problems. Elsewhere, Cristiano Ronaldo now has an international airport named after him. The Real Madrid striker was joined on Wednesday by dozens of guests and hundreds of fans in his native Madeira Islands for an official ceremony renaming the local airport as Aeroporto Cristiano Ronaldo. Portugal's president and the Prime Minister flew to the island and unveiled a commemorative plaque outside the terminal entrance above a bust of Ronaldo. The 32-year-old Ronaldo is a local hero in Madeira, where he is seen as a rags to riches success. He already has a statue, a museum, and a hotel named after him in the town. He said he is proud of his roots and is hoping that this will spur him on further. Now, the 4-time World Player of the Year has made a record 138 appearances for Portugal, as the country's top scorer with 71 goals at the moment. The change was decided by the Madeira Regional Council, but there were lots of people who were against naming an airport after a football player. And if you have any thoughts on that bust and whether it really does look like Ronaldo, please do let us know on our Twitter feed, 3SportsGH. Our final story has to do with tennis. A 5-time Grand Slam champion, Maria Sharapova, says she has got her day job back as she prepares to return to tennis after a 15-month ban. Sharapova was banned for 2 years last June after testing positive for meldonium, but the Court of Arbitration for Sports reduced the suspension. The 29-year-old Russian will return at next month's Porsche Open Grand Prix, courtesy of a wildcard entry. Sharapova is free to return on the 26th of April, 2 days after the start of the competition in Stuttgart. That means she is not allowed to attend the tournament until the day of her opening match. She also has wildcard entries for May's tournaments in Madrid and Rome, though she has already taken part in 2 exhibition events since her ban was reduced. She last played a professional tennis match at the Australia Open, where she failed the drugs test. That's all the sports for now. There's more sports on 3news.com/sports. Plus later tomorrow we have more sports on New Day.
hope. We dream, we play. We are fire in our hearts. We are made of black.
The Gillette Blue 2 has a water-activated lubristrip, giving you a clean shave with fewer nicks and cuts. Upgrade to Gillette Blue 2. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Nestle Delicious Challenge. My dad versus my husband. Ready to get delicious?
Yes.
What will you make?
I call it Forget Me Not.
Oh.
First, blend washed millets and spices with water. Strain and mix in the key ingredient, ideal milk. Sprinkle a little extra pepper and serve with love.
I call mine So Nabe Daddy. Soak tapioca for 30 minutes. Add to diluted ideal milk. Stir to boil for 20 minutes. Add honey, butter, and flavoring. Then chill. Garnish with fruits. And she loves it.
Today, Jamila, which recipe do you love? Both recipes are easy to prepare and a good source of vitamin D to build and maintain strong teeth and bones. Flash us for free delicious recipes to try at home.
Nestle, good food, good life.
Welcome back. Let's go for some international news.
More than 150 migrants are feared dead after the dingy in which they were traveling sank in the Mediterranean off the coast of Libya. A Gambian man rescued from the boat told the United Nations officials that about 150 people were on board when it capsized. He said passengers included refugees from Nigeria, Mali and Gambia. A Gambian who was interviewed in a hospital in the Italian island Lampedusa said the refugee vessel which left Sabrata, western Libya, earlier in the week began taking on water a few hours after setting off. The UK Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has accused the Prime Minister of leading Britain to become a tax dodgers haven. Reacting to Theresa May's statement in the House of Commons to mark the beginning of the process of Brexit, Corbyn forewarned the next 18 months will see tense negotiation between Britain and the European Union, which period some company lawyers say could present great uncertainties for businesses. German Chancellor Angela Merkel said Britain's current status with the EU will have to be sorted out before trade negotiations. The president of the European Council, Donald Tusk, noted no one can pretend the deal was a happy one. In a related development, the EU Antitrust Commissioner today blocked attempts to merge both the London and German stock exchanges.
We have more news from the international community on our website, 3news.com. You're watching News 360. We return with the very latest from the world of entertainment shortly. Stay with us.
Enjoy Fanyogo Mango and Passion, a delicious blend of two exciting flavors in a bigger pack for longer lasting refreshment. Try it now for 1 cedi 50 pesos from Fan Milk.
This be Madame Rosa.
She be diva of all hairstylists. She knows say a day here.
Hello.
Hey, no problem. This one, it be cool chop crack. After all, I be Royal King Cracker, made with real milk butter and the goodness of wheat.
Everything you need to know